All right, so like Danny said, I graduated in 2012, and this is my second year coaching the middle school team. I had the honor to come back and coach at a school that I started going to as a second grader and graduating all the way through. So it was it was a great honor to coach again. I hope they ask me back next year. But I'll talk a little bit about the team. We started 8-0 before Christmas break, and we put a lot of hard work in. But as any ball player knows, Christmas break is hard on you. You come back, you're a little bit slower, your shot's a little bit off. So it took us some time to get back into it. But we ended up being 12-4, made it to the semifinals of the playoffs, and we lost to Forsyth Academy. And Forsyth Academy, for you that's been around Clement Garden for a while, they give Clement Garden a fit every year. So we did pretty good. I want to talk a little bit about the 8th graders. The 8th graders, they played with me last year. Some of these guys didn't get a lot of minutes last year, and they were asked to step in and be starters for me. So all my players know, I'm going to put the best 5 players on the floor at all times. So you work hard, you put in work in practice, and we'll get you some minutes in the game. So without further ado, I'm going to start calling up some players. And as a college player, I may say a little something about them. I don't know yet. Here we go. I don't have the list. All right, the first one is Caleb Cobb. Landon Emery. White Gaddis, he was my manager, one of my managers. Nick Palmer, he was another manager. Michael Paler, Lawson Pope, he's in the back. Elijah Poteet, Little Job. Everybody look at Elijah for him real fast. So he was by far the biggest player in the entire conference. He's probably bigger than most of the high school players we got. Heath Worsham. AJ Ferris. Austin Hall. Come on, y'all, you gotta clap. This is bad. Let's go. There we go. Henry Moore. Josh Ladd. Alvin Little. Isaac Worsham. And Noah Pickett. And before I hand out my awards, I want to just say thank you to all the parents who got your kids to practices on time, were there picking them up after games. Also to all the parents that volunteered helping us out during the Christmas break and rode with us on some bus rides. We had a good time this year, and I appreciate all the parents that helped. So thank you all very much. Also to the bus drivers, Miss Tori Paler, Mr. Church, he's not here tonight. But anybody who drove the bus, I know I appreciate you dedicating your time to school. All right, so for the awards, this was a real tough one, man. The offensive one especially. It really came down. I had to open up the stat book, and I ended up splitting co-offensive MVPs, and it came down to Elijah Poteet and Isaac Worsham. Now, let me tell you what the stats were. For points, it was 394 from Elijah Poteet, and it was 387 for Isaac Worsham. So they were pretty close to the score. Isaac, offensive co-MVP. Yep. And then Elijah Poteet, co-offensive MVP. All right, then for my next one was for defensive MVP. This was another tough one because, like I said, Elijah, he was basically an all-around player. He was going to do anything. He was going to get boards. He was going to get blocks. So I really had to think about this one too. And it came down to one player who I could put him on their best player of the other team and pretty much know that he was going to shut them down. So defensively, defensive MVP, it's going to be Dalton Little. All right, and then I want to give one more out. This is a guy I got to step in for me here in the playoffs, especially. He got some pretty decent minutes throughout the year, and I called him up in the playoffs, and he was I think we were down at one point by like 8 or 9 points, and we were getting a little. I think they were getting a little excited, a little flustered. It was an away game. And he really impressed me. He took control of the game, and then we ended up winning by 10. And he's going to be our starting point guard for us next year. He's got a lot of potential, a lot of talent. So give it up for Caleb Cobb for most improved this year. So my last award is the Hustle Award. This is going to go to a player who every game he gave 115%, no matter what the score was. Like I said, we were 8-0 at the beginning of the year, so everybody hustled. But towards the end of the year, when we started getting some losses, I remember playing Chatham Charter, and I think we ended up losing that game by like 15 points, and it was looking pretty bad. And then I looked down on the floor. This particular player, he was getting rebounds, getting steals, trying to get the team fired up. I always talked about, give 115%, and you're going to get to play. So this is the hustle. This kid hustles every time for me. Yes, sir. No, sir. So this award is going to Heath Worship. So one more thing before I'm through. I just want to ask each and every one of you to keep working this summer, especially you 8th graders going to high school. It's a big step from middle school to high school, so keep working on your game. We're going to try to work this summer some. Any middle schoolers at all in 7th, rising 8th graders, 7th, 6th grade, if you're interested in playing, please come out. We're going to try to work this summer some, work on your game, and please just try out, because you never know, you may be the next starter, okay? So have a good one.